My name is Shawn Spaide. I'm from Central Ohio in a town called Bucyrus. Life growing up was pretty difficult, as my father was difficult to live with. With that, my mom worked a lot of hours and a lot to provide for me and my family and my sisters. After high school, I knew my life wasn't going anywhere and decided to join the military. And then about a month or so later, I met my wife, Tana, and then I shipped out and then, spent 4 years, and the military helped shape me into a man. It taught me many things of how to go about life. It gave me a lot of goals. I dropped to college. It opened up a lot of doors, opened up my eyes to more than just me. When I was working on my college degree, my mom became ill. So I stopped college to help take care of her. And then in the middle of 2016, she passed away. I knew she was proud of me and wanted me to finish. It was at that point I decided to go back, and I graduated in 2019 at Tiffin University. So you think with everything that happened in the past that it would have set me up for a good life, successful life. But in August 2020, I fell into a deep state of depression. Thought my wife was going to leave me. My life was in shambles. It was just crumbling. We're trying to have a kid for 10 years, and it was hard to realize that that probably wasn't going to happen. It was at that point I reached out to one of my Marine Corps buddies who had went through the same process as me with depression, and he mentioned if I have ever thought about going to church or ever, went to church, and we talked about it for a good while. And it was at that point, I talked to Tan. I go, hey, let's look at, maybe watching something online, going and picking a church. We had a couple of churches in mind, but we had some friends, good friends that go to Grace. So after watching a few times online, we decided our first service would be Christmas Eve of 2020. The first one they played was Carol the Bells by TSO, which is one of our favorite songs during the Christmas time. So that really kind of hit us and drew us, and kind of made us think, wow, this is the kind of stuff they do at this church. It's pretty cool. As time went on, my heart began to soften towards Christ. I liked how I felt during and after service. And a crazy thing happened. A couple weeks later, we found out we were finally pregnant. So in March 2021, after everything that happened, I knew, so at that point, that I was ready to give my life to Christ. I asked him to forgive me my sins, and I promised him that I'd follow him with my life. In the spring of 2021, I was able to join a men's ministry called Fight Club, and I was able to learn the basic disciplines of a Christian and what a Christian does. I was able to read God's Word, stop drinking, fellowship with other men. I did draw a third strike during that time, but a fellow man in the Fight Club was able to give me a strike. I'm not sure who that man was to this day, but I thank God for you, as it allowed me to finish what I wanted to start. In May, I was able to get baptized with me and my wife together. And at that moment, it made me feel complete. It made me feel part of God's family. I like music, so I was able to join tech team and pull services like they do on the Christmas of 2020 service we attended. So if there's any mistakes on a Sunday morning, no, it's not me up there running those lights. So on September 16th, 2021, me and my wife were finally able to welcome our son, Wyatt James Spaide, into this world. Let me tell you, it's been a year. I've still got things to work on, but I'm confident that I can work through them because I have a personal relationship with Jesus.